Judging by the last couple of months of talking to a few upscale clients, there's a pretty good chance you might be getting swindled by your SEO agency.
Nothing worse than a Tinder swindler.
Or an SEO swindler.
Oh! Welcome everybody to the Upscale Business Coaching Podcast. I'm Mitch V and I am joined with a guest.
Lex from Vastly Digital. We're a performance marketing agency.
Did you just drop the word performance in front there?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. Do you know the difference between performance marketing and other full service marketing agencies?
No.
The main difference really is that we focus on metrics like conversions, like driving revenue. We're not a creative agency. We don't do a lot of branding stuff. It's really about driving
results.
Conversion. Yep.
Now you opened with a cracking line. Controversial, and I love it. Let's talk.
There's a lot of agencies within the industry that really kind of rely on making things feel like they're really complex or complicated. And I think that's how they almost keep up this facade and keep you paying the money when you don't actually really know what's being done.
And they get them in on that low price point,
Yeah.
and then they keep on talking about, oh, we've got to do this upgrade to actually get that result that you want.
Yeah.
Got to do this upgrade. And you end up getting to this point where you're paying the same amount of money, but you're not getting any of the results.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of agencies out there that charge like a low amount of money that seems like a small barrier to entry for these businesses, but the reality is it's not really doing anything. If you feel like you are being SEO swindled, these are some things that you can do to go and check. There's a Chrome extension called SEO Meta in one click.
Just quickly, you can actually use this as a competitor analysis tool as well, can't you?
Yes, you can.
Yep.
So install that on your browser, go to your website, click on the extension, and it will bring up the page title, the description. It also brings up how many heading tags you have, and there's a few other things. What you're really looking for is, do I have a page title? Do I have a description? Is it keyword rich? Is it the right length? And it will give you some tips, like in the actual plugin, it has a little infographic. Don't be surprised if maybe on your homepage it looks pretty good, but what you want to do is also go and look at the other like service-based pages that maybe you're trying to rank. You also want to be looking to see if you have just one H1 and then also looking at the headings tab and going, well, what is the H1? There's plenty of examples where they're just electrician. It's like, okay, cool. Where? What? The other one we noticed the other day, which was, I was just shook when we discovered this. If you go onto one of your blogs and do the same thing, there's a bit there that says author. Yeah. And we found like multiple instances where the author is the agency's name. We did this audit for a business the other day and we saw that and showed them and they hadn't noticed it and they were just like, what the fuck? Like they were pissed,
Yeah.
Also copying and pasting your blogs into zerogpt.com to see if they're AI written. Even if you're not thinking about whether the content's fully optimized or whatever, but just going, is this only being written by AI? Like we've all seen how quickly you can spit out a ChatGPT article.
Just did it this morning.
So it's like, well, what am I paying for? Because like I could do that. Anyone can just spit out a ChatGPT article. The other big thing that we saw, and we saw a really extreme example of this yesterday actually, you can go to your website /sitemap.xml and it will bring up your sitemap. So the sitemap is essentially just the pages and blogs that you're telling Google to index. And what we've seen a couple of times, and we saw a really extreme example of it yesterday, is that when the sitemap isn't updated, you will have old pages in there that maybe you've deleted and no longer relevant, or you could have even done redirects for them or whatever, but you're still telling Google that this is a page. And if it goes to a 404 error or it's redirecting somewhere else, Google is just going, well, I have no idea what's going on with this site. We can't trust that the user is going to get a good experience.
Yep.
So it won't rank you. So yeah, checking your sitemap, like literally it'll have a list of URLs. Look through them. You might know, if you manage the website, you might know which of those URLs are still live and which ones aren't, or literally copying and pasting them and going, right, let's check each one.
Yep.
How many 404s do I have in my sitemap? Because that's a big red flag.
Any final bombs you want to drop?
Yeah, don't underestimate how important your website is. Hold your agencies to account, ask them for evidence of the work that they've been doing. If you find some red flags and you want some more detail, then give us a call or submit an inquiry.
Love that. So look, you've given some actual tools that the listeners can use. We're going to provide those down the bottom in the actual link so you can click them and go straight to them.
Yep.
Massive thank you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Look forward to having you back.
Can't wait.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Want more? Catch the full episode on your favorite podcast platform now.